Assalamu alaikum, adab, and welcome to Goff Shoff with EjaySam. Right, gese hafta khanek mane gap gese amar mehman kisu aisla, so as you can understand tarar to priority to alage because they're there, you know, right in my house, in my living room, so I can't avoid them, sadly. So kita khobor shobor afnar asunne hol bala. Right, so before we actually get into everything, I think it's probably best to start sharing the videos so we can get a few people joining us. So if you just bear with me a few moments, hopefully I should get my act together. Right. So in the meantime, after I comment koruka, let's see, you know, what you guys been up to. Yeah. And at the same time, let's see. Oh, we've got Alicia Alimaju online and Sohanullah as well. Assalamu alaikum Sohan Bhai. Shahari Balason. Yes mate, Alicia. You depressed about Sri Devi as well? No, not really. Not really, you know. It's life, fact of life, you know. People come and go, what can you do? You know, it's a shame she went early, you know, at a tender age of 55, 56 or something. But there you go. That's life. So let's see. Right. Who else is online? Let's see, what have you guys been up to? You know, comment in and let me know what you guys been up to. And in the meantime, let me just start sharing the page. Let's see what we're up to now. I'm waiting for your comments. So if you want to, you know, pop in a quick comment as in, you know, what you guys doing, but how are you tackling the wind, you know, like the weather? You know, it's quite cold. You know, quite a bit of snow, you know. So tell me how you guys have been, you know, like sort of coping with that. Yeah, I'm waiting for your comments. So pop your comments in, please. Let's see what everyone's been up to, you know, how you've been coping with the dangerous situation of the roads. Oh, right, okay, cool. Right, okay, let's see. Cool, I just had a little chat with Mr. Idris Ali. Oh, good. What was it about? He lost the plot arguing with me. Oh, right, okay. Right. So what was the topic of your argument? Was it the weather or going back to Sri Devi? I'm the Chinese Bhai or Dekhra. Assalamu alaikum Chinese Bhai. Nice of you to join us. I saw on your feed that it took you an hour and a half to get to home from work. So, you know, give us an update on the conditions of the road. Lenny Sai is watching. Assalamu alaikum bro. So what's been happening so far? How is everyone? Well, on my side, I'll just quickly say, you know, like where I live, you know, the roads aren't adopted by the council, so that means that the main road where our estate is fine, you know, it's gritted and everything, so traffic as normal outside, but in the estate where I live, it's literally like a foot of snow and no one's, you know, like getting their cars out, and especially with so much snow and less traffic, you know, the snow is like piling up, layering up, and where people have started to walk, photo ekta dur falai dise ar dur nani it started to go crispy, so as you're walking along it's like you're walking on crispy ice, and no matter what kind of boots you're wearing, it's quite slippery. Oh, Chinese Bay just corrected me. It was 2.5 hours. Sorry, my mistake. I was just flying through the feeds. Oh, Alisha Alima Juhuida. It's about Sri Devi. Oh my goodness. You guys still fighting over that? Hey, I don't know. Anne Harmia is watching. Thank you, Anne Harmia, for joining us. So, more or less, as the UK maze, we're having quite a dramatic weather at the moment, and it's doing quite a bit of a disruption, in terms of working patterns, road conditions. There's been quite a bit of a kerfuffle about the local authority, declaring schools open. Some of them are closed, some of them are open, and the ones that are open, they're quite getting there and getting back. It's quite treacherous. We've had a couple of near calls. I believe yesterday there's been a couple of accidents as well. So, okay. An Harmia, salam baisa, walaikum salam. Amra Khan Shab o dekhra. Salam alaikum Khan Shab. I'm having a coffee. Would you like to join me? Right, okay. So, like I said earlier on, this is just a quick update video. It really depends on how many people are interacting. Raj Ahmed Bhai, Assalamu alaikum Raj Ahmed Bhai. Salam to all. Keep warm and stay safe if you are travelling. Fantastic advice, Raju Bhai. Thank you. And yeah, going back, it's just a quick update video, just to sort of let everyone know that yes, MBS, we're still here, but due to working on a couple of projects, it's taking up a bit of my time, and it's a bit difficult. To actually sort of keep up with the regular shows, and especially unexpectedly you end up with mehman hol itu ekta borhot mehman hol aira, so you gotta give them priority. Fazal Ahmed Shabe Dekhra, Assalamu alaikum Bhai Sahab, thank you for joining us. Muhammad Ijaz is watching as well. Chinese Make Davida, she goes, it says, my nephew's school been open but calling their parents back at lunchtime causing havoc. Yeah, that's quite a common scene across the UK. Most places will have the same problem. Again, parents are facing threats of fines and so on and so forth, and then it's causing disruption because most parents, they're working, and it's really difficult for the other parents or the partners to actually nip out of work and pick the kids up, or even if they're not working, and just changing the routine, or let's say they're not driving, for example, then it's a bit of a problem as well. Now the other thing is, there's been disruption in taxi services as well. Earlier on, a younger brother, our usual guy in the field, he did an update saying that his regular taxis have actually rang him up and cancelled because of the road conditions. So it's going to be really hard for him to actually go to work and come back from work because he doesn't drive. And Basit Bhai Dekhra, Assalamu alaikum Basit Bhai, walaikum salam. Afsar Khan is watching as well. Assalamu alaikum Hanshab, hope you're alright. We've got Asma Hatun as well. Assalamu alaikum Asma Hatun, thank you for joining us. So yeah, so it is a bit of a mixed bag, because some of us witnessed heavy snowfalls in our childhood. And sometimes, you know, it's actually quite laughable when you have TV reports saying, oh, we haven't had snow like this in half a century or something. It's like, come on. I remember, you know, like waddling through snow. My dad used to open the door and get out with a shovel to shovel a path out of the house. So, you know, it's in living memory. Yeah, I used to, you know, like sort of literally jump into the snow, dive into it, and I'm sure quite a lot of you, you know, remember those days. Now, bearing in mind, you know, back then I was raised in London, so if we had, you know, such snow in the south, now I'm just imagining, because I haven't witnessed it myself, I'm imagining what the weather would have been like in the northwest, especially in the older Manchester region, Burnley and so on and so forth. You know, I'm sure the weather was horrendous there. You know, people were literally snowed in. So tell us, you know, what's happening. Shahjan Mia is watching as well. Assalamu alaikum, bro. Thank you for joining us. Abdul Basit Khuida, we had the best snow days in the 80s. Yes, we did. We absolutely did. Yeah. I mean, those were the days. Those were the days. MashaAllah. And Mazhano, it just goes to show, oh, excuse me, Mazhano, it just goes to show that, you know, I think we're, oh, there we go. Yeah. Notifications on the phone. Very annoying. Just bear with me 1 second, I'll be back. Yes, I'm in my longi as well. Forgot to plug in the charger. Silly me. There we go. Almost there. I knew there was something I forgot to do. Here we go. I'm back, folks. So, oh, we've got Abdul Hakim as well watching. Assalamu alaikum, bro. Long time no see. How you doing? I'm Dan Afsar Khan Sabah Huida Wassalam Assalamu alaikum salam bay and everyone welcome salam. Thank you, sir. Kita khodda amrar ashik bhai de khodda update dirani. Eta update din jonamdare. So, you know, everyone, I'm sure, you know, everyone is very concerned. After live videos there are, you know, a lot of people are actually seeing it, and because it's a fair distance, you know, it's a bit difficult. So after the update, we're relying on your updates, and that's the only way we can get information. Let's see. Raju Ahmad, which part of London did you grow up in? I spent my childhood growing up in Tooting. Born and raised in East London, bro. Bethnal Green area. Abu Sufyan, my cousin from the US. We are watching you. Good, good. Spread the word. Share, like, share, comment. Let others watch as well. So, Abu Sufyan, my cousin. Kazi, tell us what the state is, the state of the weather is in the US. USA, ki furimana snow forever. আমরা তো December দেখলাম যে, you know, you guys were suffering quite a lot of heavy snowfall. So what's the situation now? You know, update us, please. You know, I'm sure all our viewers would like to know what the situation is currently in Buffalo. Oh, I've got my Bagni here as well. You know, say that. Hello. And she's saying Friday we will get snow. Oh, good. You know, it looks like, you know, like the Trump administration are going to be delivering some snow on Monday. That's good news. Has he been stockpiling snow? It is cold. Very, very cold. Very, very cold. I think today in Rochdale, the lowest is -7. So so it is quite low. Right, okay, so let's see. Yes, update. I was going to give you guys an update. So um, essentially what happened is, you know, obviously at the moment, because the team, you know, team MBS, the other members, everyone's doing their own thing, you know, life, that's fact of life, you know, everyone's busy. Various different projects. Hopefully, you know, in the near future, you know, we should be able to sort of, you know, bring you a few more musical shows. It won't be exclusively, you know, an MBS musical show, but it would be in partnership with various other musicians and organisers. Oh, whilst we're on that topic, a very good friend of mine, Leila Rahman, you know, of the TV fame Music with Leila, very good friend, you know, met her through another very good friend of mine, and you know, since then we've kept in touch, and mashallah, you know, we've got similar ideas, similar beliefs in terms of, you know, like helping emerging artists. And next Monday, I believe it's the 5th, I think it is the 5th, yeah, next Monday, there's going to be a show in Leeds. I have actually posted the poster on the MBS page and the MBS group. I think I've also posted it on my personal group page as well. So guys, you know, if you need any more information, please head there to the MBS group and check it out. You know, the event is free, entry is free, so you turn up, you know, bring a couple of friends, and the idea is essentially to promote, you know, some lesser known artists. You know, they're very good artists in their own right. They've done some marvelous work in the past. Some of them have actually got some fantastic YouTube videos, so there's some great stuff that they've done. They've done some fantastic live shows, you know, down south. That's where most of them are based. So ultimately, you know, it's just a fantastic thing to see, you know, that the community will be getting together, having a bit of fun, and at the same time, you know, sort of help support these artists, get them some recognition. So I hope you guys will join us on next Monday. And the event, let me just try and find the event details so I can give you the details. The event is, let's see, here we go. Right, yep, it's the 5th of March, which is next Monday, and it's happening in Leeds, and the address is St Aidan's Church, Roundray Road, Leeds, LS 85 Quebec Delta, and the time is 5 p.m. till 10 p.m. and essentially there'll be live music, some Bollywood dancing, and a 3-course meal. You know, it's just to sort of give you a little incentive, you know, so you know that you're not going to come home starving. You know, there's going to be some food there available as well. So see you guys there, inshallah. And you know, because this is actually an event that is promoted, you know, by my friend, you know, all the cost is actually being borne by her. Now, if you guys want to contribute, you know, a small contribution, whatever, fiver, tenner, you know, feel free to, you know, like do so. You can either see myself, or you know, you can as you're coming in, you know, someone will be at the door. You know, you can give them the money, or you can give the money directly to Layla Rahman, etc. We'll sort it out on the day. You know, the ultimate point I'm trying to make is, you know, if there are more funds available, there will be more shows in the future. So if you want to contribute, brilliant. You don't have to. You know, she's told me again and again and again, don't ask anyone for money. But I'm just saying, you know, like, if you guys enjoy yourself, you know, come on, we're getting a meal out of it as well. So if you guys enjoy yourself, feel free to drop a $5, $10, whatever you can, you know, afford. It'll be great, because it'll help her to organise more events and activities around the Northwest, so we can enjoy it. Because ultimately, I'm the Northwest Didi Kichon at the moment. It's very, very quiet. Right, okay. Let's see now. Quickly reading a couple of right. Harry Momin is saying, loving the Banglish. You haven't seen anything yet, bro. Yeah, this channel is actually dedicated to Banglish. Ada Bangla, Ada English, Banglish. So you'll be seeing a lot more of this. And like I say, if you guys enjoy the banter, feel free to, you know, share, let others enjoy the show. Right, Abu Sufyan saying, oh, today is 8 degrees Celsius. Wow, that is cold. Chinese Bhaiya Huida, my friend lives in Canada, and he's saying all Canada is laughing at us because we can't deal with the snow. I went to shop to get a few bits like bread, etc. Everything is out of stock. Madness. How come we can't deal with it? It's because simply, you know, people panic buy. You know, people panic buy because they're thinking, right, if the roads are going to be really bad, I might as well buy, you know, a week stock rather than doing the daily shop, you know, for milk, bread, that sort of milk, bread, eggs. So some people just think, oh, if it's going to be bad, might as well, you know, stock up. And that's what causes the bit of a panic as well. It causes a bit of a a build-up. Oh, Abu Sufyan saying, this coming Friday, probably we're going to get 10-inch snow. It's about time. We're getting, I think, I read on the weather, the Met Office website, and they predicted 40 centimetres. So 40 centimetres is roughly about, how many? 20. About 17 inches. So we're going to get 17 inches snow here. I think. Maybe my math is a bit off. I don't know. I can't, you know, I can't do it on the trot. Say hi to Mum. Yes, I will do. Shaheen Ahmed is saying, hi everyone. Hi back to you, Shaheen. Nice of you to join us. Nice of you to join us. Lovely. So, let's see. Updates. Yes, I was on the update. So, right, we're done with the upcoming show. So, Asha kori আপনারা আইবা আগামী সোমবার. Show starts at 5 o'clock till 10 o'clock. So, try your best to sort of get there early. Say about 4-ish, 4:15. Taking into consideration the traffic coming into the place, etc. I'll leave that judgment to you. You know, so make that judgment and get there early to reserve the best seats in the house. And, you know, it just helps everyone to settle down, and once everyone's settled down, the show can begin. So, you know, let's not try and make it a typical Bengali event where, you know, the event is slated for 5 o'clock and we start at 6, and, you know, there's a delay. Let's start things on time for a change. Dewan Ukile Dekhra. Assalamu alaikum, Ukil Bhai. How are you? He's also a Nobigunji Bhai. Nice of you to join us. How's things down at your end? Give us an update, Ukil Bhai. Let us know what's happening at your end. Is the weather improving? Is the weather pretty devastating? Earlier on, I was watching a couple of feeds. One was from Layla, one was from Rizwan. He was doing a 360 shot in the middle of Brick Lane, which was quite interesting. I'm like thinking, usually, there's cars on the middle of the road, and he's like stood in the middle of the road doing a 360 shot. Pretty impressive, pretty impressive. No cars, which means, like, gari gura auto ta solenna, because it's all slippery. What else are we doing? Yeah, I've also watched Jangir Rana Bhai. He did a live video a few hours ago, from one of his rooms upstairs, showing the state of the street. So London, it's quite heavy. If I can remember correctly, Nurjan Shilpi was also doing a video as well earlier on. Pretty much everyone's showing the effects of the heavy winter. So let's see. What was? Stop eating popcorn. Where? Who's eating popcorn? Chinese way of eating popcorn. Have you got popcorn? You know where I live. Come over, mate. Bring some over. I'm having some coffee, like to keep myself warm. Thank you, EjaySam. It's still cold, not snowing. That's the dangerous one. When it's not snowing, but it's cold. That's when like the ice sort of starts to harden up. So when you're like plodding along as you do, you're gonna get slips and trips. Be very careful, people. Be very careful. Right, okay. So, that's... Oh, yeah, sorry. I was going to give you further updates. Right, further updates. What we're doing. Last week, I was going to do the show in the evening, but like I said, so, essentially, what happened, I was invited by a couple of friends, Mahbubur Rahman and Talukdar Shab, Shumon Bhai, to go down to Oldham Shahid Minar to sort of do a bit of filming there. When I got there, obviously, it's every year Shahid Minar Manush to Zai, and unfortunately, my people, my folks from Rochdale, they went the night early, on the 20th, and they got there on 1 minute past midnight, and no one invited me. Can you believe that? Amar Rochdale manje amar bhulle gesi ki. What can you do? Oh, we've got Shocky Shalina watching as well. Hello, Shalina. How are you? You all right? Proper legend she is. Yeah. So anyway, I went down to do a bit of filming, and as most of you know, I'm part of a Facebook group called I Love Bangladesh, and my partner in crime in that as an administrator is Idris Ali Bhai. Now, Idris Ali Bhai, founded the page just over 9 years ago. That's how long, like the page has been running, mashallah. We've got 15,500 members, and it's a pretty decent group. And e-page, like it's a page we had visions of, like making that page a go-to page, a source of information about Bangladeshi culture, Bangladeshi Basha, positive things about Bangladesh, agriculture, etc., etc., positive news. So, mashallah, like I say, we've just gone past 9 years. So, in that sense, it was a little a last minute discussion between us saying, do you know what, it would be great আমরা যদি একটা ডকুমেন্টারি করতাম পারি 21 ফেব্রুয়ারির উপরে, because আমরা যে youngster হল আসুন, the next generation, you know, even though some of us are born and brought up over in England, we're more in touch with our Bengali roots because desha awaz with our parents, and most of us still consider, you know, English to be our first language, because back then our parents were busy working, so the only type of communication we had was our friends at school. So essentially we learnt English and we took English as our first language. At Bangla kisu kisu amra hiksi, you know, just to sort of get by, you know, when you're with your parents, because you didn't want to show disrespect, and you know, and mehman holaile, you know, so you can communicate just to sort of get by. Things improved, obviously. Desha was our, you know, you became a proper Bengali, you know, you picked up the lingo, you picked up the mannerisms, and so on and so forth. So the point actually was that we want to essentially sort of create a documentary about the history of 21 February. What's the big deal? What are the significant dates? Who are the martyrs? Why? You know, what was the point of it? So what I like here, you know, we went down to do a bit of filming, and obviously, you know, like because it was planned, it was one of the first ones planned. It was a really good event. It was a fantastic event where, you know, school children actually came and did a walk, you know, a kind of a rally to the Shahid Minar. It was beautiful, you know, to see, you know, like the youngsters, you know, like holding up, you know, like Bangla alphabet, and so on and so forth. So it was a really nicely done event. But unfortunately, you know, like tara jokhon organize korchen arki, you know, it wasn't organized in such a way that there would be a clear path for where spectators would be and where the media or, you know, photographers would be. So there were like too many heads in front of your camera, and we were like literally fighting, you know, to try and get a good shot of what's happening, you know, what the speakers were saying, and so on and so forth. So I had limited footage. So inshallah, you know, like I'm thinking within the next couple of weeks, you know, I'm arranging to speak to the main organisers, Shuman Bai and Mahbub Rahman Bai, and also, you know, like one of the legendary superstars, that's Shitu Chaudhry Bai. Yeah, hopefully, you know, we can arrange a time to sit down with these guys, and maybe a couple of murabbi that were involved in the movement and so on, or remembers the time of the movement, and, you know, so that they can actually give us an insight of what had actually happened. So we get different views about it, and we get to learn. And it's mainly, the idea is mainly to sort of have a reference point for the new generation. So tara বুঝতে পারে যে আমরা দেশের হিস্ট্রির মাঝে, ইতিহাসের মাঝে এই বিশিষ্ট ডেট সকল কিতা, for example the 21st, 16th, 26, and so on and so forth. Funnily enough, you know, like there was I think there was a video, you know, flying about on Facebook. there was a video flying about on Facebook about this journalist, you know, asking students, secondary school students, college students, and some teachers as well, you know, saying, asking random questions about significant dates in you know, Bangladesh's history, and, you know, to sort of give a background on what it's all about. And most of them have got it wrong. It just goes to show that this is how, you know, I'm not laughing in the sense that I find it funny. I find it actually not so funny, really, because you're actually in the country, you should know some of the history. For example, I'm the dishes that are born and brought up. I say we know a fair amount about British history. You know, about the kings, queens, significant dates in British history, etc., etc. Some of us are more knowledgeable than others. Some at least know or are aware of certain things. Anyhow, so that's something that I'm working on. Hopefully, you know, I should be able to get enough footage, you know, make some time to sort of edit and put it all together. Yeah, there's also another thing that I've been meaning to do. Is like a road show where I'd go to various different businesses. For example, local businesses, you know, showcase their speciality dishes, do a kind of a food road show kind of thing. I haven't thought of a title yet, you know, maybe, you know, like as the title above my head says, you know, Goff Shoff, you know, I'll probably call it Ow How or something. I don't know, I haven't thought of a title yet, but I'm in discussions with a couple of businesses. We've got Mohammed Atul Rahman and Ansar Ali. Assalamu alaikum guys, thank you for joining us. Hope you're all alright, and how's the weather affecting you guys? Let us know in the comments. Going back to yeah, the roadshow, hopefully, you know, it's just a bit of fun, tongue-in-cheek fun, and a way of, you know, like sort of promoting local businesses, you know, letting people know that there are some hidden gems, you know, within our own communities. And in one sense, you know, it gives us a fun way of, you know, having a laugh with you guys, you know, and also, you know, sharing some good eating places. So let's see. Mohammed Abdul Rahman Aveda, walaikum salam. So bro, how's things? Do you want to tell us a little bit, do you want us to give us a reminder about the science fair? Adalway? You know, do you want to give us the dates, the time and the place of the event? If you'd like to pop it in the comments there. You know, I'll just quickly touch on this one. You know, we're having a science fair coming to Rochdale, and you know, this one is actually being done by or organised by a very young talented man, you know, a future astrophysicist, inshallah, you know, pride of the Bengali community. Khali Bengali community and pride of Rochdale Witambo. Very talented, very bright young lad. I had the pleasure of interviewing him or having a bit of a Goff Shoff with him, you know, a few weeks back. You know, if you scroll down the page, you'll probably find a link there, and you'll be able to watch that. Or you can go onto the YouTube channel, MB Studioz 2017, and you know, you'd be able to see all the videos there. So I'm just waiting for Adil Rahman to give us the date and venue. So if you can update that way, you know, like everyone, you know, would be able to, you know, be aware of the event, and inshallah come along, and you'd be surprised, you know, at these young geniuses. You know, makes you feel proud. So I'm waiting for him to, you know, update us with the details. I know he's posted something recently. I'm gonna go back to his post, and I'll post that into MBS page as well. So I've not was on Tawarba. And also he's got I think it's Just Giving page. Yes, it's come. He says, inshallah, it's taking place on Sunday, 18th of March at Waterworth Community Centre from 11 till 5 p.m. And Atawar, just quickly remind us of the link, of your Just Giving link, because the science fair is partially funded, and it's part funded, as in match funded, essentially. So order funding, you know, like I'm the faidam, order funding, I'm the crowdfunding kortambo. So, you know, if otherwise, you know, if you can pop the Just Giving link, you know, on the page, you know, hopefully the viewers, you know, might be generous enough to, you know, dig into their pocket and, you know, give whatever you can, a pound, whatever you can, because everything actually makes a difference to this little project. And like I say, you know, it's the second of its kind that has happened in Rochdale. So again, the young lad also organised the first one, so this is the second one he's organising. He's an inspiration for our community. Arkita update. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. That's what happens when it's unscripted. You just go with the flow. Right, okay, what else have we got? What else? I'm stumped. I can't remember off the top of my head what else we've got. So we covered the musical event. I know that's happening next Monday. We covered the road show. We've covered the Ereh February mini documentary. We covered Labib's science fair. What else is there? Oh, I can't remember at this very moment in time. Yeah, I'll do, you know, I'll do a mini video and just post it there. Right, yeah, Atul Rahman Adishon, Alhamdulillah, we have raised just over £3,000, just short of 1,000. So guys, you know, the link's there. It's https://www.gofundme.com/Rochdale-science-extravaganza-2018. আমরা শাহ তাহির ভাই তাইনো দেখা আসসালামু আলাইকুম তাহির ভাই সাহেব আশা করি ভালো আসুন বিজি খোদ্দানি ওমাত্র আমি খালি মারছি যে আমরা রোড শো করতাম আমি আপনার অপেক্ষায় আসি আপনার খালি হা হইতা আর আমি ক্যামেরা লইয়া আইতাম by the way folks, this guy Shah Tahir Bhaijane, this guy, wow, he makes a phenomenal Naga pizza. It was amazing. You know, me and my son went over just to go and see him, and we ended up, you know, like getting a slice of the Naga pizza. It was absolutely brilliant. This weather, this cold weather, calls for a Naga pizza. Seriously, if you guys are local, give the guy a bell. Seriously, get your order in. It's brilliant. Oh yes, we've got Jackson Mia. He's in the field. Jackson Mia, how's it going, bro? What's happening with your travel arrangements? Give us an update. So, right, what else have we got here now? Okay, so I don't think there is anything else that I've got planned. So it's open forum, open floor. You guys put your comments in and let's take it from here. What are we talking about today? Muhammad Shabs is asking, is it a takeaway or a restaurant? It's a takeaway, brother. It's a takeaway. Shah Tahir by, you know, you can put your address down if you want. You know, you can put your address down on the comments. Pop your phone number on if you want. You know. By the way, you know, this program is not sponsored by anyone. Okay, but you know, since people are asking, and I only said, you know, the Naga pizza is brilliant because it is wicked. I've tried it, and it's wicked, and it's like you tend to sort of talk about something that's really good. And the pizza is good, and at the same time we're not being sponsored by him, so you know, just to be clear, you know, sponsorships are welcome. It does help us buy, you know, more equipment and, you know, like helps us with the production value. But other than that, no one is obligated. You know, no one is obligated to, you know, sponsor. But I'm just saying, it would be nice. And like I say, you know, like the Ereh's takeaway is one of the planned shows that I'm thinking of doing. So, you know, if you guys want to get a heads up, you know, get a bite into that Naga thingy, Naga pizza, do it. Do it. Don't wait for the show. Don't wait for the show. Right, let's see. Jackson Mia saying travel arrangement not good at the moment. All gonna have to walk it to work at 5 a.m. Oh dear. So I take it your taxi has cancelled and you haven't found a replacement yet. What about tram? Does tram not go there? Now tram and line baby. I'm not sure. Chinese beers again. Did somebody say pizza? Yes. Yes, I did. It's Naga pizza, not just any pizza. It's Naga pizza. So right, guys, what are we talking about today? The floor is open. Put in your suggestion and let's get this conversation going. I'm just waiting for your comments now. Oh, Jackson Mia saying trams are not operating as well. Oh dear, oh dear. We are in a bit of a pickle, aren't we? That does sound a bit, you know, like pretty depressing, that, doesn't it? You know, trams are not working. So, what does one do in that sort of situation? I wonder. Tracks are bad on the ground. Yeah, I can imagine. But I would have thought that because they actually have tracks down, and the wheels actually dig in to the tracks, and it's like it has contacts. I would have thought that, you know, it's not like a car where the car, you know, can go off the track. But I don't know. Okay, interesting. Mohammad Atul Rahman Aghuida, we will have a science show. Whoops, I blew up the lab. That's a nice title, that. Whoops, I blew up the lab. Idel Mazatahwo, live exotic animals, flashbang mobile science lab, Aqualise rock pool aquatic species, 360 planetarium experience, font science stand, bubbleologist. What's one of them? Someone who is a specialist in bubbles. Interesting. Inshallah, hopefully, you know, like touch wood, I should be there to cover the event, you know, from start to end. So if anyone like myself has questions as in what is this, what is that, hopefully we should be able to answer those questions. Outdoor rocket explosions, science buskers, dinosaur dig, bouncy castles. Oh, we've got Mahbubur Rahman Bhai is watching. Assalamu alaikum Mahbubur Bhai. I just, you know, like said some, you know, like bad things about you behind your back live on air. So, you know, the only way you can listen to what I've been saying is to go back after I finish the live video, rewind and see the first segment of the video. So, you know, if you want to hear me backbiting about you. And thank you for joining, by the way. Mohammad Atul Rahman Aghuida, I also agree that Naga pizza is beautiful. Highly recommended from a certain place. I won't mention it because it won't be fair to other places. What about Chatradona? Yes, I've tried Chatradona and it's mind-blowing. It's really good. Chatradona with a touch of Naga in it. It's amazing. It's something that, you know, like, will definitely warm you up. Mahbub Rahman Bhaiya Khuida, wa alaikum assalam. Again, thank you for joining us, sir. You know, would you like to discuss a topic? Please pop it down in the comments. At the moment, I'm just flying solo without no direction. There's no compass, altimeter, barometer, nothing is working. I'm just flying blind. So what are we talking about today? It's an open floor topic, so anyone can just pop in the topic and, you know, let's talk about it. Is not bad. Tell him to make it spicy. Yes, true. Just a touch of Naga does the trick. Damn, missed it, Mahbub Rahman Bhaiya Khuida. Not to worry. Like I say, once the video's finished, you can go back to the first segment. You can hear me, you know, like backbiting you. Not too bitter? No, it's not bitter. No. Alright, okay. Mahbub Rahman Bhaiya Khuida, Shatura Donar, finely chopped, stir-fried, yummy. Yes, indeed. There's some great places in Oldham that does Shatura Hubab. I'm not going to mention the name again. So we got Muhammad Mukid Bhai who's watching. Assalamu alaikum Mukid Bhai. You know, thank you for joining us. So, what are we discussing today? Are we going to chat about food, or, you know, are we chatting about any other current issues? Are we going to chat about something in general? You know, pop it down on the comments below and let's take it off the ground. And once you guys are, you know, like, giving it a think, I'm just going to have a sip of my brew. Muhammad Mukid Bhai, Assalamu alaikum Bhai, wa alaikum salam. Nice of you to join us, sir. Feel free to put a comment in, you know, if you like the video, everyone, if you like it, share the love. Share it. Help the brother out, you know. I'm not asking for finances. All I'm asking is to, let's get a wider audience, let's have a bit of fun, let's have a bit of a laugh with everyone. Let's see. Tahir Bhaiya Khuida Gita, last science show was fabulous. Yes, it was. Unfortunately, I wasn't in Rochdale, I'm afraid. So I was working down south and I missed it, unfortunately. Yes. Join Bhai is watching as well. Assalamu alaikum Join Bhai. Nice of you to join us. What would you like us to discuss about? You know, we're just having an open floor. We're just yapping about anything and everything. At the moment, we're chatting about Hat Donar, Naga pizza. Guys, like I said, it's an open forum. So pop down your queries, your comments, and we'll go off that tangent. Muhammad Mukid Bhai, man, I could do with some brew now. Yeah, me too. You know, my brew's gone cold. I keep forgetting, you know, to sop it. Oh, mashallah. Nana Bhai from Bolton gives us salam and all. Wa alaikum salam, salam alaikum Nana Bhai. And to everyone else. I wonder if anyone's heard anything further from my futra. This is an internal thing. Join Alway would know what I'm meaning about futra. So let's see. Chinese Bhai is saying, you know, blah 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 is here. Assalamu alaikum Join Alway. Wa alaikum salam. Okay, great. Let's have a bit of a banter. Muhammad Mukid Bhai Khuida, what are your thoughts on the ban on diesel cars currently set in place and will be in effect soon? For example, Germany. Personally, it's a very good question. Very good question. Something close to my heart as well. Petrol and diesel cars, any fossil fuel cars, we need to reduce it. You know, essentially we need to reduce it eventually, and we will. Um, the current alternative that we have in terms of electric vehicles, on the high end, you know, when we're spending near enough £70,000, we're getting something that gives us a 300-mile range. Whereas on the realistic range, with Renault cars and Nissan cars, we have a reasonable range of about 80 miles to 150 miles, depending on the battery size. For some, for most, it's perfect. It covers their daily commute. You know, if they're going to work and back home, they pop it on charge. It's great. But for some that travel far distances, it's not yet practical. So, in terms of like places that are banning, like diesel and so on and so forth, I actually welcome it. I actually welcome it because that's going to help drive futuristic technologies to find a solution sooner than later. It could be hydrogen fueled cars, it could be electric cars. I don't know, I mean, what does the general population think about it? What do you guys, think about it? Everyone that's watching, what are your views on this? Please, let us know. Mohammad Atal Rahman Ahwida, inshallah, very soon MBS Studio will get sponsorship. You deserve it. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Inshallah, we would. That would mean that, we can buy more equipment, we can use more cameras, and we can get more angles like we used to do back in the days when we started off on our trial, on our test runs. We used multiple cameras, but again, as you can understand, we had to borrow some equipment, and borrow means we don't own them, unfortunately. Joinal Khuida, Futra alive and well. That's good. I need to message him and see, like how he's doing. Like I haven't heard from him for a while. Futra, khali message the Islam about that's about it. Hunchina khali Futra, yes, I'm fine. I'm guessing Fuchigia. আমি তান্ডে রিপ্লাই দিলাম যে ঠিক আছে তুমি শান্তুই আমার একটা বেল দিও বা খবর বুড়ো নাই গো কি জাত হালবা টালবা খাই দেয় দেশে গিয়া. And that was the last I heard of him. আর খবর নাই. So it looks like আমি যাইছি আমি মেসেজ দিতাম to find out how he's doing. Right, okay. So does anyone else have any views on the ban on diesel cars? Oh, right, okay, let's see. So, Mohammed Mukid Miyaguida, regards to future tech, I agree. I think it will open up a new industry for the next gen of people. Something needed massively for prospects for employment, economy, etc. Yes, absolutely right. Absolutely right. It's the way forward. Let's put it this way. Let's put our options on the table. Sorry guys, I'm just gonna, I put a very heavy jumper on because it was really cold in this room. No one sits in this room. It's just my little hangout haven. So it took a while to warm up. Right, yeah. So on one hand, we have a limited amount of fossil fuel left. Out of that, we're using most of it to power our generators for electric. At the same time, most of the oil products, is used in, plastic, in construction, as well as oil and, in production of medicinal stuff and, cosmetics. We only have a limited amount of, stuff left. So, in order to conserve certain luxuries or certain necessities, we have to, find an alternative so that we can save some natural some of this natural oil, coal and so on and so forth, so that it lasts a bit longer until we find other alternatives. So the way to go forward, I mean, yeah, my man cave. It's not exactly my man cave, but yeah, you know, this is the room where I sit down and watch telly when I get a bit of a chance. But yeah, I guess so. It's, yeah, let's call it my man cave. Yeah, fair enough. I just need to put more stuff in here, you know, my manly stuff. So yeah, going back, talking about that, Tesla has come up with some really good solutions, and I have to give, you know, tip my hat off to Elon Musk. The guy has definitely, you know, sort of started, you know, like people's thinkings, you know, big companies' way of thinking of alternative fuel, alternative way of, you know, looking at energy. Even though, you know, solar power has been around for centuries, you know, since the 1800s. So essentially, you know, there's nothing new in that. But the way Elon Musk drove, you know, the electric battery, the electric motor, especially for the car, you know, he actually put all other car manufacturers at shame, and without actually saying shame on you, by producing something of such caliber, he's actually sort of also made available his plans, how, you know, his blueprints, how he actually made them. You know, the patents are open. So all these designs, you know, on batteries and, you know, motor technology, regen technology, he's actually made them open for anyone to use. So if, you know, Mukit Bhai and me, you know, decide to open an automotive little company, we make handmade cars, we can, you know, use Tesla's blueprints to actually, you know, like sort of make the motors and sensors and everything. All we need to concentrate on is the chassis, which is pretty much easy to do. You know, if we do a bit of research on kit cars, we know how to make chassis and so on and so forth. So that's one thing. Another thing is, you know, like electric storage. So for example, you know, if you have a solar panel system, during the day, you know, you're taking the electricity that is generated by solar panels into the battery, stored so you can use it at night time. So the Tesla battery wall 1 and 2 has definitely changed things. There are other companies that are out there who have actually, you know, followed suit. So there's I think there's a European company, I forgot what their name is. I was reading up on it the other day. A European company is essentially, you know, like doing the same, but slightly cheaper, by using recycled batteries from other vehicles, you know, used batteries. For example, you know, electric vehicles that have been in accidents that are beyond repair, but the battery packs are perfectly good. So essentially what they've done is they used, you know, the battery cells from that to build the power wall. The other thing, yeah, Tesla has actually come up with a really good one recently, the solar tile, you know, roof tiles. So instead of, you know, like fitting your roof with slates, you can fit your roof with solar panel tiles. They look pretty much the same apart from a bit of reflection, and you can get them in different. You can get them in different color grades as well. You know, from black, grey, terracotta, you know, orangey kind of color. So that's definitely a way forward. So I would say they are doing a damn good job to sort of show. And again, yeah, I was reading up in India, a new company has been set up that's concentrating on, you know, like solar panels and battery packs as well. I think the big vehicle company, Tata, I think Tata is involved in it as well. So there's some promising stuff coming, you know, all around the world that is making a movement towards, you know, ditching fossil fuel and, you know, making things a lot easier and cheaper. Okay, in the long run, it's going to be cheaper, but the initial investment is going to be high. So that's one thing. But as time goes along, you know, these things actually become cheaper and cheaper. I booked a flight with Fly Dubai, but one look at the aircraft made me regret my decision to fly with them. Buying another ticket for a separate flight. Oh dear. So that was in response to an earlier question about Fly Dubai by Chinese Bay. Chinese Bay a question korsila. You know, I wanted to know if anyone's flew with Fly Dubai. Now, again, you know, talking about that, it's a very difficult one to say, because, you know, if you're looking at budget, you know, it doesn't get any cheaper than. Do you guys, any of you guys remember Ereh? You know, that Russian plane, no frills plane. It was like a bit of a rundown version of EasyJet. Remember back in the days, it was like, God, how much was it? I think it was £200 or something. Whereas normal airfare was something like 350-ish. Yeah, it was so cheap. It's essentially, you know, like, all you get is like a ladder to get on the plane, a seat to sit on, and that's it, get off. And you wait about 12 to 14 hours for your transit flight or connecting flight. So, you know, I mean, it's definitely improved. Personally, I haven't flown with them, but Taibei Huida, he's booked a flight with them, and he ended up buying another ticket for a separate flight. So that sounds a bit harsh. Let's see. Oh, young brother Khobir is watching. Thank you, Khobir. You know, hopefully, you know, you're having a bit of a laugh with this. Guys, if you guys are enjoying the show, please like and share. Like the page. I think I've nearly got roughly about nearly 3,000 likes. That's not bad, actually, you know, considering it's only been 8 months. So it's not bad. 3,000 likes. At one point, mind you, you know, I had a phenomenal viewership of 97,000. That was just earth-shattering. So that was brilliant. You know, so I'm just thinking, out of 97,000 views, I only got 3,000 likes on the page. I wonder if that's saying something. Like I say, guys, if you like the shows, if you like the banter, hit the like button, share with your friends and family. And, you know, if you guys go on to, you know, either the MBS page or the MBS group, you'd find links to the YouTube channel where high definition versions of the videos would be uploaded. So even though, you know, like Facebook compresses these videos, I later on upload the videos to YouTube, so you guys can watch it in high definition as well. Okay, so moving on, let's see. Mohammed Shazon, Salam Sasa, how are you? Hope you are well. Walaikum Salam, Bats. Nice of you to join us. Mohammed Shazon, huida fildo asi shabash Bengali. So Mohammed Mukim huida, Tata currently owns Jaguar Land Rover. They are big players in the industry now. You're absolutely right. As a matter of fact, that's one thing I didn't know. You know, sometimes, you know, you end up reading labels of certain things. And the other day I was reading a label of a particular brand of tea that most of us actually drink. And as I was, you know, like sort of turning the box around, you know, trying to see, you know, if there's any further information I can milk out of it, I read that, you know, Tata is the actual parent group. I thought, wow, Tata not just into you know, like the automotive business or the commercial vehicle business, but they're into tea as well and food. I didn't know that. That was just news to me. So let's see. Oh, we've got Jamal Mia watching. Hello Jamal, how are you? Long time no see. Kita hordai ba balani. Khobur kita hunausai. Snowy kita satanni. You feel cold, or do you go skating? You know, do you know, like snap your skis on and just go skiing out in the road? Give us the update, bro. I haven't seen you in a long while. Let's see what you're up to. Yes, I do. Oh my god, that was hell. No food, no drink. Ah, yes, he was talking about, yeah. You're referring to Ereh plot, yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. You get dumped into Moscow. You know, you don't even have proper seats, man. You know, the seats are limited, and you end up, you know, sitting on the floor, and your backside is freezing. You don't get any food vouchers, nothing. You have to buy your own food. Man, it's just crazy, Ereh plot. But at least, you know, Fly Dubai is far more better than that. Fly Dubai, in my opinion, is like EasyJet version. It's like a no frills, no a no frills version of Emirates, if you will. Mabu Rahman Akhwida, Toys R Us went into administration. What's your opinion on this? Wow, that's a heavy topic, Mabu Rahman Bhai. Wow. That's saying something, you know. Toys R Us, they're a very old company. They've been around for a long time. I think they're associated with the Smith company. Smith with a Y, not an I. And, you know, these guys have been around for, I think, probably 100 years or something. You know, Smith, they've been around for a long time. I think it's a shame, really, you know, like, you know, such big companies are going into administration, whereas greedy corporations like KFC, McDonald's, Costa, Starbucks are getting away with paying less tax, whereas, you know, our own British, you know, companies are paying through their noses, and, you know, having to compete with some bigger brands, even Asda, you know, part of Walmart. So it's a shame, really. It's a real big shame. And the biggest shame of it all is, like, you know, the poor people, you know, all the employees are, you know, going out of work. It's like almost without warning. So it's a shame, really. It's a shame. There was an article about it in the papers going back a few weeks back, and I just sort of you know, skimmed across it and didn't really give it much thought. But at the same time, it reminded me of back in the days. Do you remember Woolworths? You know, Woolworths was like one of the shops that we all recognise from our childhood, and Woolworth, you know, just went like that. So in one sense, there's no surprise. I wonder, you know, like, who's to blame for it? I mean, personally, I think, you know, the deal with, dare I say it, the deal with the Brexit deal, you know, is the cause of most of these things, most of these collapses, because it's an agreement between, you know, our European partners, and my main understanding is that the Brexit, or the European, you know, agreement, essentially it's a trade agreement, and the exit from the trade agreement essentially has caused, you know, this kerfuffle. I don't want to bring politics into it, but I guess most of you know what I'm about to say, so I'm not going to even say it. I'd really like to know, you know, like, what is everyone else's views on this, because maybe a few angles we didn't even consider. You know, there could be so many reasons. You know, I'm open for suggestions. Yes, yes, Chinese by arachtas and issue of Maplin. Maplin has gone under administration as well. It's like, wow. Maplin has been going for a long, long time. Golly, there was another company. There was another company before Radio Shack. I'm just trying to remember what it's called. The Radio Shack is the American version. Ar company actually. Back in the days when I used to, you know, like do a bit of fixing this, fixing that, I used to buy parts from them because they were literally local to us. I can't remember the name of the store. They closed as well. So, Maplin, oh my goodness. Again, I have the same. Yes, Tandy. That's the one. Tandy. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. That's brilliant. That. Tandy. Yeah. Billy Rahman Ahoida, keep up the great work, bringing across discussions which most of the younger ethnic background individuals would not get involved in. Thank you, sir. That's very encouraging. Thank you very much. Mohammed Karim Ahoida, hello. Hello back to you. Afsar Khan is watching. Welcome again, sir. Where do they fly from? UK, Manchester or Dubai? Yeah. They fly from Manchester to Dubai and other destinations as well. So, yeah, they go to Europe as well. You know, I'm quite sure they go to Spain, Italy, and other places. Muibur Rahman is watching. Assalamu alaikum, bro. Big thumbs up. My bro Muibur Rahman is watching. And we've got my partner in crime, Idris Ali. Assalamu alaikum, Idris bhai. We're in a bit of a mixed pickle here. We're having an open floor discussion, so we've got a couple of discussions going. We've got one about, you know, like the ban on diesel vehicles and the future of tech. We've got another discussion going on Fly Dubai, you know, the cheaper version of, or the Emirates version of EasyJet. And the other issue we're chatting about is the administration of Maplin and, oh God, my memory is so bad, Toys R Us. You know, which is a big shame, really. You know, if you guys have any other views on this, or, you know, if you know something that I don't, please, you know, put it in your comments and let's discuss it. Chinese by Yahuida, home bargains, Argos and B&M have eaten them alive. Not necessarily, because essentially home bargains may be a part of Woolies, you know, Woolies Ereh. Argos, not so much, because Argos has been a catalogue thingy for many years. B&M, again, like home bargains, you know, they're outsourcing their stuff from Asia, not the European Union. So because of that, they bypass certain taxations and exemptions, therefore allowing some grace from paying, you know, excess tax, and that's how they manage to, you know, pass on the savings to us, the customers. I personally think Toys R Us have been wiped out by Smiths and Amazon. Yes. Right. Thank you for correcting me. I actually thought The personally think Toys R Us have been wiped out by Smiths and Amazon. Smiths and Toys R Us are not the same group. Thank you for clarifying that for me. I had this misconception that they were part of the same group, but I totally agree with Amazon, eBay, and other online shops because they can offer cheaper products, not necessarily cheaper brands, the same brands for cheaper because less of overheads, staffing, shops. They can just take the order in the warehouse and dispatch from the warehouse. So I can see, how they can cut out the middleman, the retail side. That is a very good point there. Jackson KFC first with the chicken problem, now the gravy problem. Wonder what's next. Good point. Good point. So we got no gravy now. That's it. Right, I'm gonna organise a rally, in protest of KFC, fried chicken and no gravy. I mean, this is not on. This is not on. I mean, no chicken, okay. I can hack it. I'll just go somewhere else and get some fried chicken. But no gravy, that's pushing the boat out too far. Not having it. Idris Aliva, Yehuida, Salam, Walaikum Salam. How are you, sir? How's things? Chinese way of running out of chicken, people calling the police. Yeah, I've seen a video of someone with a conversation of calling a 999 operative about no chicken, and I actually thought, okay, all fun aside, that was a bit stupid really, but okay, it was a good laugh, so I'm not gonna let it slide. Mohammed Mukita, people are flocking online for the convenience and bargain prices. Absolutely. It's because, they're cutting out the retail, storage, staffing, overheads, electric, rent, etc., etc. So it's easier to take an online order. It could be even drop shipping. You and I can open a shop with just a name. We can take orders. So rather than having orders, people place orders to us, we reroute it to somewhere in China or Taiwan. They dispatch the order to the customer, we get paid, or shall I say they get paid with us just getting our commission. So we're essentially, like someone who's having a website with a little banner, and that's it. We don't even have to hold stock. So yeah, there are quite a few ways of, messing about on that field. It's a shame some of us didn't catch on earlier. We would have been all right, pretty comfy by now. Chinese guy is saying further, I went to KFC, they had chicken but no mayo or lettuce. I mean, come on. No chicken. Okay. But lettuce and mayo, really? No buns, get out of here. Good question. Aren't Woolworths online? They probably are, I don't know. I haven't looked, to be honest. Maybe they are. Could be. Could be. I'm not sure. Mohammed Mukidorida had chicken, no mayo, no buns. Yeah. Oh dear, oh dear. Right, okay, let's see now. So, what are we saying now? I used to source high-end mics from Germany and sell in the UK. Was a massive profit margin, but after Brexit the price doubled. Yes, that is a valid point. You see, again, like I said, I don't want to make it too political, because again, I have friends from various different sides and a number of them supporting various different camps, but unfortunately it is what it is. Brexit, in my opinion, was a stupid idea. It's a stupid idea that cost, us Brits a lot of, a shed load of money, a lot of scaremongering to get the people voting for Brexit. And unfortunately, in one sense, it's a good thing because we know now that most of the people are idiots, sheep, because they make their decisions based on scaremongering and not out of doing a bit of research trying to find out for themselves. Because I'm just going to use common things as an example. Tomatoes, grow in the Isle of Wight. I used to work there, and I went around the island and saw, like they've got fantastic, farmland, and huge, greenhouses. That's the UK. But the rest of the stuff comes from, Spain. So if for example we got tomatoes, let's talk boxes. A box of tomatoes, depending on the grade, it could be £4, £6, £8, whichever. Now that same thing is going to be higher because they're going to say, right, okay, once upon a time we had an agreement with you, the UK, we would be trading at the same price we trade in our country. So before, we would trade with them with their local currency. Now, it was a bad mistake, when we entered into the euro. The bad mistake because any deficit, any discrepancies, or any difference in the balance, we would have to put in from our own pocket. I mean, I'm talking from the UK's budget. Whereas if we were still dealing in, pesos, dinaros, or whatever they used to call them, don't quote me on that. And I'm not being, like racist or narcissistic or anything. It's because I can't remember what their local money was. But before, what we used to do, we used to trade with them in the local market with their local currency. Okay, there was a slight disadvantage in terms of the exchange rate, but we still were getting cheaper stuff. And then along came the euro, where the whole of Europe would be using one currency. And look at what that's done. That's made the sterling, the pound sterling, that weakened the pound sterling. Once upon a time, the pound sterling was the king of currency. Now, we're looking at the yen and the dollar in the world market. So the first stupid mistake we made was voting for the euro. And the next mistake we made was the Brexit. Because most people voted for Brexit because they were led to believe that foreigners were actually taking over their country, taking over their jobs, etc., etc. They were taking the money. What the people didn't realise is that if it weren't for those migrant workers, no one would be picking your strawberry and spinach leaves, or like digging up your potatoes for less than £4 an hour. So if that's the case, like you would be paying an arm and a leg for a bag of potatoes, which you wouldn't be willing to do so. So it's defeating the object. So I'd love to actually go into more detail about it. Maybe we could talk about like the economic downfall of the UK on a separate show, because that is a huge topic. If we look at it historically, how much it's hit the sterling. It's just unbelievable, and it all because of the stupidity of the public, because they didn't make an informed judgment. They made a judgment based on the majority and what media said, rather than doing their own research. I mean, come on. If you were to give an option to a child, a 5-year-old child, with a couple of sweets, and you said to the child, you can only take one, the child would weigh his option up, looking at which sweet would last him longer and taste better. You know, if a 5-year-old can make that decision, man, us as adults, we're either being dumbed up or we're brainwashed. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave that topic there. EJ Bhai, can you remember Major Discount Store where Mecca Bingo is now? What a store in Rochester. What store was that? I thought it was Co-ops. Where Mecca Bingo was. I'm sure it was Co-ops or something, wasn't it? I can't remember. Oddly enough, I don't drive that way, so it's been a long time since I came that way. I don't know. You know, like, remind me, anyone, if you know what it is. Used to love Tandy. Yeah, that's the one. That was the one I was talking about, Tandy, before it became Radio Shack. Yeah. Wow, Tandy, that's the name from the past. Yeah, I know. Wow. You know, I actually, if I'm looking to, when I'm going to have a rummage around in my shed, I think I've still got some universal remotes from Tandy. They were like, you know, like, they were shaped like a brick and designed like a phaser gun from a sci-fi movie or something from the 70s. But damn, they were, you know, like really tough. You know, fell on the floor, no problem. You drop it from the second story, no problem. Damn, things were made indestructible, you know. Brilliant. I'm going to actually rummage around thing and about that. You could probably sell some of the stuff. Yeah, I used to buy computer parts from Tandy. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you know, sound cards, PCIe extensions, daughter boards back then. That's what they used to be called. Abdul Mohit is watching. Assalamu alaikum, bhai. I hope you're all right. Thank you for joining us. You know, leave a couple of comments. You know, let's get this conversation going. Lenny say we're a shopping giant where Mecca is. I can't remember what it's called, man. Major Discount Giant. Love that place. Is that what it was called? Major Discount Giant. I can't remember. I can only remember it being Co-ops. It was Co-ops back then. That's all I can remember. Okay. Let's see. Due to modern technology and rapidly expanding digital age, things are looking bleak with regards to manual labour and jobs. Very soon we will be walking into stores with no humans to serve us. As a matter of fact, on that point, I think it was on Facebook not too long ago. There was a grocery store somewhere in America where they actually had robots greeting you as you enter, and you would actually talk to the robot, and the robot assistant would actually come and do the shopping for you. So essentially, you know, like, it'll do a man's job. You know, no offense, ladies, it'll do a man's job, as in if you're sent for eggs, milks and bread, rather than walking through every aisle, you know, we'd be looking up and looking at dairy products, you know, cereals and breads, dairy, you know, eggs and all that stuff. Would be looking up at the signs and going to the appropriate aisles, rather than, you know, like, go through every single aisle. You know, it's like on a mission. Where you know, you can go into a shop with a shopping list and get your shopping done in 10 minutes, and that 10 minutes is mostly to do with, you know, like 7 minutes waiting in the queue to get to the checkout, whereas 3 minutes spent actually doing the shopping, as in you're zooming past, you're looking up and saying, right, okay, this aisle, that's where I'm going to find my eggs. Pop the eggs in, you know, go to the bread, and right at the end, I mean, that's how I shop. I tend to get the cold stuff and the frozen stuff as the last items, you know, like before I actually go to the checkout, because I'd rather have it less thawed out by the time I get home, rather than, you know, putting the frozen stuff in the trolley first and then spending half an hour, you know, in the shop, which means it's had half an hour of thawing time. But that's just me. And again, you know, sorry ladies, you know, it wasn't, you know, it wasn't meant to be offensive. But talking about that, yeah, apparently they had assistant robots, and they did a trial. I think it was for a week or something. I'll see if I can find that article, and you know, I'll post it on the page. This is quite interesting actually. Some people actually were freaked out. It's like, what? And some people thought, do you know what? That is a fantastic gimmick. Yeah, more interactive. But there you go. It is our brain parts are functioning less and less, and we are letting technology take over and do it for us. Very soon we won't need our brains to do anything. Hence our brain will be jobless and without activity. For our brain it will become more and more weak. True. A good example would be to watch Disney's Wall-E movie. You know, a trash compactor, a robot, and it's about, you know, like the human race evolved into, you know, like, I'm not going to go into detail, but watch Wall-E, and that's essentially, you know, like sort of giving us a scenario where if we just all depend on technology, that's where humankind will evolve to. Totally lazy, we won't be able to walk, we'll just be human breathing bags. That's what we're going to eventually evolve into. Yeah, good point. Mohammed Mukitohira, I agree with what you say about keeping balance in the market. In the Sahara, let me start again. The Sahaba Umar radiallah's time, he used to ensure there was fair trade and balanced prices in the markets. This led to a massive rise in economy during them times. That's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. Fair trade meaning, you know, if the prices are agreed by the traders, everyone has a fair chance of doing business, essentially. You know, sometimes what happens, let's look at a smaller scale. When we were growing up, we all had, you know, local corner shop. And, you know, we used to buy most of our groceries from the local corner shop. You know, veggie stuff, fruits and all that stuff. We just go to this corner shop. We used to have the milk float dropping our milk, cream and butter, sometimes even bread, and juices, and you know, like juices and lemonades and all that stuff, fizzy pop. And things changed when, you know, like big shops started to appear, like Tesco's, later on Sainsbury's, etc, etc. They started showing up, and because of their bulk buying powers, you know, they have more of a bargaining power than a local corner shop. Because a local corner shop could probably buy, I don't know, say about 40 loaves of bread, for example, a day. Whereas the supermarket can buy, you know, 400. That's only the local supermarket. But if the entire chain buys, I don't know, let's come up with a random figure, 4 million loaves. Who, you know, if I was a baker, I'd rather have that one customer and do the baking for him until I expand so I can accommodate other people, or I just expand to accommodate, you know, bigger chains. That way I'm getting a guaranteed income. I've got a guaranteed customer. So if I give my customer, you know, like a bigger cut, that means I might take a smaller cut for myself, but still, you know, I'm keeping everything in rotation. Me as a businessman makes sense. So that means gradually, you know, like the corner shop, let's say Tesco's manages to sell bread for £1. The corner shop would have to charge £1.40, because but I kino ich von Bishfinity. Like, come on, realistically, you know, don't you think he should make 20 pence profit? So I totally agree. I totally agree with what you're saying. Despite the robots are coming for you, yes, you know it. Chinese made, despite the self-serve tills we have at the supermarket are the first generation of robots. Yes, absolutely right. Yeah, they are the first generation. Scary, but we've just adapted to it. You know, we don't even give it second thought now. Yeah, interesting. Mahbub by Huidia. Tandy calculators are very popular in Radio Shack stuff. Very good. Yeah, I need to start rummaging my my shed. Major discount store. All right. Jackson Merida, there was an advert on TV with robots doing the shopping. Yeah, I must have missed that. I don't really get to watch much TV, but I can understand. I can understand where it's going. You know, like I think there was an outrageous video. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm mashing a couple of things up at the same time, but there's a restaurant in Dhaka, Bangladesh, where robots actually take your order. I could be wrong, like I said. I'm not quite sure, but I think I've seen something like that. Oh, Mahbub Rahman Baye, this one eBay link Radio Shack, Radio Shack items there. I'll have a look at that after the show. Thank you, Jackson. I really want to know the old Rochdale town centre. What we've never seen or heard of, or even though we did see some old stores in our growing up stages. Good point. I'm just trying to think where there's a website where we can look at historical pictures of Rochdale. I mean, you know, if you were to ask your dad, you know, where Silsila is, or Silsila was, you know, Arif was there. So, you know, like some of us, you know, when I used to live on Entwistle Road, I used to get out of the back door rather than coming out through the front door. I used to get out of the back door. I used to get in through the back door into Arif's shop. I used to shop through the back door. So, you know, yeah, things have changed. You know, Arif has moved up to bigger venues. Before it used to be a very personalised shopping experience. Now it's like wham bam, thank you ma'am kind of thing. But I guess that's the same with growth anywhere. In terms of old photos, I'll have a look and see if I can post something. You know, I'm sure there's an archive of old Rochdale. We used to have where literally next door to you, you know, like Lalmia, the stationery, the sweet shop, you know, on Old Ramsey Street, literally next door to you. Before that, there was an English guy, lovely bloke. I remember him when I came to Rochdale in '87. You know, the guy was running that shop. A lovely bloke, lovely bloke. You know, he used to deliver the papers and everything. He used to come to his shop all the time because back then, you know, we used to get picked up for work literally from in front of his shop. So yeah, good memories, good memories. I'll see if I can dig up some info and some pickies from back then. New town centre coming soon to Rochdale. Yeah, I know, that's crazy. We've spent so much money on that, man, already. Wow. Mohammad Mukitahuida Wally, awesome animation. That robot is based on the robot from Short Circuit movie. Yes, Johnny 5. Yeah, I remember that. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. Fantastic movie, that. Need more import. Right, Mohammad Mukitaro Huida, Chinese spy. Remember that guy playing the Indian engineer in the film? Oh, proper stereotyping, yeah. What was his name? Fisher Stevens. Oh my God. Yeah, he's called Fisher Stevens. Haven't seen him in a long time. He's done a few films as well. He was also in my science project. I think that was a 1980, 88, 86 movie or something. I can't remember, but that is a fantastic movie as well. My science project. See if you can find it. That is a brilliant movie. He was in that as well. Fisher Stevens. Yeah. Oh dear, oh dear. Let's see. Right. Yeah, we've got. I'm just going through all the comments. You know, just quite a few I've missed out. So I'm just quickly going through some. Where would that? Okay, milkman. Well, grew up in Shaw in the 80s. Had a chicken McConnell chili chicken. Oh yeah, yeah. Remember those halal? Yeah, halaling the chicken. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, as a kid, we used to go to Brick Lane and Osborne Street, to get halal food, as in, you know, like chicken. Pick the chicken out of a cage, and then in the next room there was a gamla bath, and we used to halal it back there. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my days. There were some good thingy. Uh, Ikhlasul Rahman Pakku. My baptiza. Essentially, Nalai Wanera June. Amar Mawi Maragison. Amar, you know, like cousin, sister, husband, and Marki. And Shohale Maragison. That was the first bad news I heard when I woke up. Essentially, you know, like Tarata Hunu Manarki. And you know, Mawizi Tahon Desho. You know, she was quite ill for some time. So hokle dua korba, please. You know, then attar makviratul lagi. Yeah, yeah, I forgot about that. We're talking about Coca-Cola shop Lalmias. Yeah, it used to come with mangoes. Used to love the bread factory. Oh yeah, talking about the bread factory where Arif is. Yeah, wow. I remember a couple of friends used to work there, you know, back in the bread factory. And yeah, you're right, the smell was amazing. It used to smell like cross buns, you know, like fruity buns, you know, when you used to walk past it. It's like, it's like tea cakes. That's what it used to smell like. Right, so just to quickly summarize, we've been here for nearly 2 hours now. Golly, it was supposed to be a very short video. So, okay, so let's try and wrap it up. And in the future, what we're going to do, inshallah, we're going to try and keep the shows focused, and have the once in a while, you know, like open forum days where we just talk about random stuff. And in the future, what we're going to do is Jackson Mears just posted another death of an old lady from Ramsey Street. I'm just trying to picture who she is. Right, yeah, I'm going to look into that. Thanks for the news. I'll look into that. I'm just wondering who that is. I can't picture it. 132. Yellow door opposite you, grandma's house. I can't remember. Right, okay, I'm going to try and wrap it up. So, what I would like you guys to do is like the page, like the post, share the post. If you can, share the page. Because like I say, you know, it's been about 8 months now, and mashallah, you know, like we've got roughly about near enough 3,000 likes. So that's good. We've got over 3,000 people that are following the page, which is brilliant. That's fantastic. The more people that join, you know, the more encouragement we get, you know, just to sort of, you know, come live and, you know, talk with you guys. It's not costing us anything. Essentially, it's not costing us anything, because I've got my phone. I'm using my phone for broadcasting, using my internet, using my tablet to read comments. So it's all good. What I would say is I'd be posting a question within the next couple of days, and I would like to see what you guys would like to talk about. For example, on one of our videos, going back some time ago, I can't remember exactly how long, but going back a few weeks ago, one of the sisters actually made a comment about why us Londonese build such grand houses back home, and we very rarely, you know, get a chance to actually live in those grand buildings. What's the logic behind it? You know, why can't we have most of the luxuries over here in England, where we're actually spending more time? Which is a fantastic topic, and I'm actually going to go through the comments to try and find which sister said that. I just remembered. It could be, you know, like various topics about anything close to your heart. You know, if it's something that I don't personally know about or understand, I'll try and get a guest in, you know, to talk about it. So I'll put that question within in the next couple of days, and hopefully, you know, I'd really like to hear from you guys, and you know, what kind of topics you'd like to talk about. And from there, I'll make a list and publish the list later on, and then I'll actually try and do a scheduled show and keep it specifically aimed. And I understand that, you know, it's very difficult for most people to actually sit down and watch a 2-hour long video. You know, is a bit, it's fine when it's a live thing, you know, sometimes people go and join, but I can understand it's really hard for someone to sit there to watch a 2-hour video. So what I was thinking, maybe if I were to do a specifically targeted show that runs anything from 45 minutes to an hour, I think it would be better, more targeted, more focused, and more informative, rather than, you know, like talking, you know, atare fatare, as we say. So, you know, what do you guys think? You know, leave us your thoughts, and like I say, like the page, like the post, share the post, share the page, and take a look at our YouTube channel. It's on YouTube. It's MB Studioz, MB Studioz with a Z, Studioz 2017. Or better still, if you were to search Ereh huncho, EREH, separate word, HUNCHO, Ereh huncho. You pop that on Facebook. It's the first on YouTube. It's the first thing that comes up. So that should take you to that particular video. That was a teaser trailer that I did intentionally, you know, trying to make it look funny and raw. So that will take you to that, and then you can find my channel. Go in there. If you can subscribe, you know, I haven't been actually promoting the YouTube channel as I should have, but I think it's time. You know, we've got about 60 plus videos, and now it's time for promoting the channel, because there's more content on there, so people won't get bored of, you know, like the content. And on there you'd also get you'd get what do you call it, a few videos that are of exclusive content. For example, behind the scene contents, stuff that I haven't posted on Facebook. You'll also get to see some old videos that we did long time ago, about 10 odd years ago. And in the near future I'll be also posting exclusive stuff, some musical stuff that we did in the past. So that's something to, you know, like go on YouTube for. If you like the stuff, please subscribe, ask your friends to subscribe, support, you know. The more you support me, the more I feel compelled to, you know, come and have a chat with you. Show us some love and I'll show you some Goff Shoff. And just quickly, you know, like before I finish off, I'll just quickly read a couple of comments. Not getting a good connection here. It's probably your internet. Maybe, I'm not sure, because the internet seems to be okay. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you might need to refresh. Mohammed Mukitmaya, excellent show. Respect to you, bro, for hanging in there for so long. And even though, you know, it is a bit boring, you know, it's dragging on a bit, but thank you so much for your support. Chinese Way, great show, Salam Bhai. Thanks for your time. The pleasure's all mine, you know. It's my way of unwinding as well, you know. In this weather, I can't be bothered going down your end, guys, so I can't socialise, so this is my socialising with you. Jackson Mia, Jackson Mia, it's like number 6, depends on which side you're looking from. Yes. So, let's call it quits for today, and inshallah, you know, moving forward we should have a more focused show, so it's more targeted, more focused and compact, and it's easier, you know, easier for the viewers to actually watch. And every now and then, you know, we'll just have one of these events where, you know, we'll go absolutely crazy with, you know, 2-3 hour videos. But maybe moving forward it might be a good idea to have a 45-minute to an hour targeted, focused, topic focused show. That way, you know, even if people, you know, start watching it and due to various things, you know, they can't watch the entire show, maybe they're missing out on, you know, vital information or whatever, or, you know, people only have a certain amount of attention span. And to be honest with you, I think it's the best way forward, moving on. And then, you know, if we do a specific, you know, topic based talk show, I think that would be more beneficial for people. And who says we can't have a laugh in that? Of course we can. Absolutely. Let's smash it. Until next time, bala tahuka, shundur tahuka, shushtu tahuka. Stay warm as well in this weather. Assalamu alaikum, adab, and have a very good night.